And let's stay then with the situation on the roads and check in with our reporter Ofentse Setimo, who is at the Carousel Toll Plaza. Now, Ofentse, I remember you and I speaking at the beginning of the festive season, and one of the toll plazas, Pumulani Toll Plaza, was quite quiet, and it was shocking because we had expected it to be quite busy, especially for that time of year. I wonder where you are right now, because I'm looking at those visuals. Did things change at some point, or has the situation been exactly as we are seeing it right now?
Thank you very much, Bongi. Well, what I can tell you is that, the situation has definitely changed. Previously, we were used to people waiting until the last minute until they travel to their different destinations. But it seems people are now adapting as, they are getting tired of getting stuck in congested traffics. So people are actually smart nowadays. I believe that probably maybe they move during a time when some people are still asleep. They move in the wee hours of the morning, and others would actually move much later when the congestion has actually subsided. If I can just get out of the shot right now, and then you can check what's actually happening. This is not the picture that we had anticipated, since it is the last weekend of the festive season. We had anticipated that a lot of people are actually going to be making their way home, passing through Tshwane, going to different parts of the Gauteng province. But since we've been here since around 1 o'clock today, there hasn't been long snaking queues, as has been the case previously. But when we spoke to the law enforcement agencies, we spoke to the Gauteng Traffic Police, we also spoke to the Tshwane Metro Police. Well, the Tshwane Metro Police updated the numbers from the Gauteng Traffic Police, who initially had said there was about between 1,200 and 1,500 just after midday today that was passing through the Carousel Toll Plaza. And then later on, I think it was around 4 o'clock when we were interacting with the Tshwane Metro Police, they told us the numbers had increased up to around 1,900 cars that are actually passing through here. In fact, the Gauteng Metro Police had, speculated that the numbers would actually reach 2,200 of cars that are actually passing through the toll gantries. And our observation is that most of the toll gantries have been quite prepared for the large numbers of those that will be passing through here. As I mentioned earlier, we have not seen the long snaking queues. All the gantries that are here have been open, and in fact they opened even an extra capacity to ensure that there's not a lot of congestion. And I believe that might have helped, that despite the numbers passing through the gantries going up over time, chasing after the 2.2, which was predicted by the Gauteng Traffic Police, there isn't long queues because almost all the gantries have people that are there. Also, the authorities told us that there hasn't been any deadly accidents today. There has been some accidents that have been reported, but it's only been where people actually get out with minor injuries. And also, they also mentioned that there hasn't been any arrest today here in Tshwane in particular. That's what we were hearing from the Tshwane Metro Police. They were saying there's only minor offenses, such as driving an unroadworthy vehicle, or people that are overloading in the car, or you might find that, it's just only those minor offenses that the traffic officials have actually picked up at some of the most strategic places in Gauteng, where they were saying that they are going to deploy to serve as some sort of a deterrent. And also, as you rightfully mentioned, Bongi, we did interact with a lot of law enforcement officials towards the major festive season days like Christmas and the likes, and they said that they had strategies in place which they had built over time, where they would know where are the hot spots, where people would try to contravene some of the regulations of the road, and also the hotspots where there might be pedestrians jaywalking, or hotspots where there are mostly accidents which claim a lot of lives of people. They also mentioned that there wasn't a major accident where 5 people or more would lose their lives in that particular accident in Gauteng. So it might seem that to a certain extent they might be reaping some rewards for their strategies that they've put in place, but it's only after the end of the festive season when the minister will actually announce the final stats of those road fatalities from the 1st of December 2021 up until the 11th of January 2022. If I may just reflect, the RTMC had also said that the stats are on a downward trajectory You know, as you know, during the 2020, 2021, there was about 1,600 fatalities, and the following festive season, there was about 1,400 fatalities on the road. So we are yet to see as to whether mechanisms that have been put in place by the law enforcement agencies will yield some positive results by showing that, by dropping the numbers of fatalities on the roads during the festive season, Bongi.
All right, Ofentse, we'll touch base with you a little later on. I see clear skies where you are, and there are some concerns about some clouds that are forming in other areas, especially even an area like Johannesburg. The RTMC is also saying that motorists should really be, cognizant of the weather conditions when they're making their way back. But we'll touch base with you to see if the numbers are increasing, as officials are expecting that they might reach 2,000 cars per hour that are passing through the Carousel Toll Plaza. That's Ofentse Setimo, our reporter there.